Let us continue with illustration 47. This is a part 2 video for illustration 47. We have already seen the first video for calculation of income of AOP, and in this video let us calculate A and Mrs. base income. First of all, what are the incomes to have in the BGBP for Mr. A and Mrs. B? There is nothing but bonus, salary, interest on capital. These are the three incomes received by Mr. A and Mrs. B from AOP. That's a BGPP income for the member of AOP. Let me write the first salary from AOP to the members. This is salary for Mr. A and Mrs. B. Salary for Mr. A is 44,000 and Mr. B is 88,000. And next, let me write a bonus. Bonus to A is 10,000. Bonus to Mrs. B is 5,000. And for interest on capital, it's one of the benefits to the members of AOP. Before writing this interest in the BGPPA, let me set off with drawings, because interest on capital is paid by AOP to members, and interest on drawing is paid by A and Mrs. B to AOP. So these two expenses and interest are going inside and outside, so that we have to round off, or we have to set off these two incomes and expenses. If you set off the first for Mr. Mr. A is receiving 15,000 from AOP, but he is paying to AOP is 16,000. So for Mr. A is there is no any interest on capital to Mr. A, and this way we have to calculate for Mr. B. Mr. B is receiving 20,000 from AOP, and Mr. B is paid to AOP is 8,000. 12,000, 20,000 minus 80,000, 12,000 we will get as a income on capital. And the balanced income. What is the balanced income? That is nothing but net profit of AOP. Is this net profits to AOP? No, this is not a net profit for AOP as per the Income Tax Act. We have already calculated the net profit from the previous video, that is 5,82,000 5,82,400. Do you want to see how was it arrived? Go and check the first video, part 1. From this total income of AOP, we have to subtract the benefits or remunerations to members, that is salary, bonus, capital on, interest in excess of interest on drawing. That's only enough to calculate for interest. If you subtract these expenses or benefits to members, you will get the balanced income of AOP. First of all, what is a salary? Salary to members is 44,000 and 88,000. If you add up these two, you will get the 1,32,000. 1,32,000 is a salary for members paid by AOP. And what is the bonus to paid by AOP to his members? That is, Mr. for Mr. A is 10,000 and Mrs. B is 5,000. If you add these two, you will get the 15,000. 15,000 is a bonus to members paid by AOP. And we have already round off these incomes from interest on capital and in excess of interest on borrowings. That is, we have already calculated this. So we need to write 12,000 only because A already paid 15,000 and sorry, AOP paid to A is 15,000, but Mr. A paid to AOP is 15,000 and 16,000. If you subtract from this will go to the negative value. So we don't no need to write interest on capital for Mr. A. And the balance income of AOP. If you subtract these two expenses from, that is income to members or benefits to members, if you subtract from 5,82,400, you will get 4,23,400. 4,23,400. Since members having the equal share, we have to divide it by 2. If you divide by 2, the members will get equal shares from this balance income of AOP. That is 2,11,700 will go to their accounts as a income from balance income of AOP from AOP to their members. So that is, the balance income is 2,11,700 for A and also for 2,11,700 for Mrs. B. If you add these incomes, you will get the BGPP income. That is, for Mr. A is 2,65,700 and for Mrs. B is 3,16,700. What are the other incomes? The other incomes will come under the head income from other sources. That is, here the other income is 5,000 for A and 2,45,000 for A. This 5,000 is exempted under section 10 class 15. So we no need to write for Mr. A exempted income. We no need to write here. And interest on loan is 2,45,000. We need to, it will be taxable. So we have to write 2,45,000. And the same income will not be taxable in the case of Mr. B also, Mrs. B also, because that's exempted income. So 12,000 will not be taxable, but the 2,22,000 will be taxable. So let me write here 2,22,200 will be taxable. 2,22,000, sorry, 2,22,000 will be taxable. If you add all these incomes, we will get 5 lakh 700 for Mr. A and 5 lakh 38,700 for Mrs. B. We need to calculate tax for these incomes. That is, let me write here the total income for Mr. Ms. A is 5 lakh 10,700 and for Mr. B is 5 lakh 38,700. As per the slab rate, let me calculate here 5 lakh 10,700 as per the slab rate up to 2 lakh 5,000 will not be taxable, so nil. For another 2 lakh will be taxable on the rate of 5 percentage. If you multiply with 5 percentage, you will get 2 lakh 12,500. The taxable amount for 2 lakh 5,000 50,000. For remaining is 10,700 will be taxable on the rate of 20 percentage. That is